Hey everybody, Farmer Mike here, down here in South America. A couple days I'm going to be back in lovely New York. Looks like we had a little snow. I have surveillance cameras on the farm and at my house, and I've been watching them. And yeah, man, we got a lot of snow. This is the kind of snowfall that we used to have when I was a kid. You guys remember, right? People that are about my age. Those were good days. Those were fine days where we ate better. We ate pure food, not much processed food. Just a better time. Things are rough right now, but it's gonna get better. I know it. I feel it. Anyway, I know you're all tired of winter right now, and you want me to get into spring now. As I mentioned at my last live, is when you see me on these lives, you know that spring is right around the corner. So the stuff that we have happening now, on my surveillance cameras today at the farm, I watched the structure where we keep all the seedlings. Watched it slowly collapse. So that's going to have to rebuild. That's a 55, 60 foot long structure. That's going to have to be rebuilt. It kind of sucks, but that's what we got to do. Anyway, I'm over here still in the Caribbean with a fly buzzing me. Let me just give you a quick look of what I'm looking at. That's the Caribbean. And that's where I spend. Right out there is where I spend most of my days. You can see by my red face, or maybe I'm tan, I don't know. But anyway, that's coming to an end. I feel super energized, little excited. Hey Ken, how are you? Hi Grace. Feel a little excited about and energized about coming back. And a little distressed too, a little stressed actually, because I got so much work to do. I hope that the greenhouse is still standing when I get there. That's a lot of 2 feet of snow on top of that greenhouse. Fortunately, the greenhouse creates a lot of heat during the day. A little bit of sunlight gets through it, and it melts that stuff right away. So I'm hopeful that the greenhouse is okay, because the camera can't spin around to that spot. I'm blind to the greenhouse. I can see the rest of the farm, but that one camera can't see the greenhouse. Now 2 of my cameras are on ground level because the structure that they were on collapsed. So we'll get it all worked out. But what I want to talk to you about is starting your seedlings. Now, second week of March, you can start seeding your flats in your house. You need, and I said this at the last live, you need strong grow lights, folks, or you need good sunlight overhead. 6 hours minimum of strong sunlight, or else your plants are not they're gonna have a tough time. And remember, they're gonna have a tough time growing properly indoors. Also remember, once you put them outside, you have to acclimate them to the weather. You can't just put them outside one day after they've been inside, because the sun will bleach them, they'll turn white, and you kill them. So you can't do that. So these are a couple things that we take up in the gardening class, and I want to tell you the gardening class coming up in in April, where you can buy the seedlings already ready for you. And you can buy seeds too if you want. And we'll have all the garden seedlings that you want. Seedlings are your starter plants, your beginning plants. They're about this big when you buy them. Put them right in the ground and you got a nice head start. Or you could try to do them yourself. But as I said, you need good grow lights. So the dates here, if you want to try to remember these, they're also on the website, listed on the website. And the dates are on the website. I haven't fixed it yet. I'm going to try and get to that today. It says 2025. Obviously it's 2026, but the dates are correct. So we have Saturday, April 4th, Saturday, April 18th, Sunday, May 3rd, Sunday, May 17th. So I mixed it up for folks that can't make it on Saturday. They can come Sunday and vice versa. That may change, because what we've done in the past, where we get a big class. Hello, Teresa. We get a big class. Hello, Roseanne. And the class says, listen, we want to attend every one of these classes. Can we move the May ones to Saturday? And depending on the amount of people that I have going to the class, then I will accommodate them, because I want everybody to learn how to grow your own food. So important in this day and age to be growing your own food. And there's nothing better than going out to your backyard and picking your salad for the evening, or picking your tomatoes that you're going to make in a sandwich or a sauce. I mean, it's just so rewarding having a garden in your backyard. And I'm going to teach you in those 4 classes how to do everything from birth to harvest. So in each of those classes, now if you notice, there's April 4th, April 18th, May 3rd, May 17th. These are all the times that you need to attend to your garden for certain stuff. So April 4th is when you put you do your soil and your limestone and all that stuff, and then put your seedlings in for the cool weather crops. And then as time goes by, then it goes into warm weather crops in May, and you need to be involved in every phase of the season. And that's why these classes are the dates that they're laid out for, so that we can address every one of your issues at the time when the issues are happening. Not before, not after, at the time they're happening. You'll understand if you start coming to the classes. Classes are cheap. They're $15 each. It's an hour, sometimes an hour and a half long class. Outstanding classes. You will learn a ton. And plus, coming to the class gets you connected to me. You can text me with your questions, with your issues. We get real busy at the farm, so I will answer your texts as soon as possible. I may not be able to immediately, but I do look at all of them, and I will answer as quickly as possible. Don't call me, because if I have customers, I'm not going to pick up the phone and be rude to the customer. Hello, Deborah. Not going to be rude to the customer who's with me to take a phone call. I'm sorry, I'm old school. Just don't do it that way. So if you text me, I'll look at the text. When I'm finished doing what I'm doing, I will get back to you right away. All right, so that's what the gardening classes are. Plus, now, if you want to get really advanced and really want to learn how to grow your own food and do an advanced gardening class, you can join the volunteer program. So you don't have to pay for the gardening class if you're in the volunteer program. The volunteer program is simple. You give me 6 hours a week, every week for the entire season, from March until November. And it's flexible. You don't have to, it's not set in stone where you have to be there at every single given time. It's very, very flexible. And I also understand that sometimes people go away in the summer on vacation. You may not be here 1 week or 2 weeks. So I get that. But I will, hey JBG, how you doing? I do understand how that, you have your life. So the volunteer program will work around your life. And being in the volunteer program will be a good addition to your life, because you're in a positive, clean environment, clean, safe environment, non-toxic, peaceful, and you're growing food. What could be better than that? Yeah, a couple of hundred things I can think of off the top of my head, but this is one of the good ones. So, that's the volunteer program. Just shoot me a text, 631-480-6497, and you can get on board with that. Plus, I may be needing some employees this year to do some physical work. That structure that collapsed today is going to have to be rebuilt, so I could use some strong guys for that. That's only going to take a day or two to redo. I'm going to use the same wood unless the wood is snapped. But you know the way I am at the farm. Everything's repurposed. I don't like to have a big carbon signature, if you know what I mean. So that's a volunteer program to really enhance what you're gonna what you would know, to really learn the whole thing about gardening, about organic gardening. And let me tell you guys, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of things that you just can't learn on your own. I mean, I did, but I've been at this farm. I built the farm 19 years ago. Holy jeez, that's a long time. Anyway, yeah, so, I learned so much along the way. I learned by doing it, by observing, by seeing what worked, what didn't work. A lot of trial and error. And I'm going to be giving all of this to you, whether you're in the volunteer program or you're come to the gardening classes. You're going to get this information. And it's an amazing wealth of information. You learn stuff the first minute walking on the farm, as many people have told me. I've been here for 5 minutes, I've already learned like 20 things. So either sign up for the gardening class or you can do the volunteer program. Now that brings us to around the second week of March. Usually it's the first week of March, but my mom's 100 years old. It's about time I got off my ass and helped the rest of the family. So I'm going to have to be devoting some time there. So we're going to postpone the beginning of the meat and poultry orders. And that's going to be meat, poultry, dairy, milk, eggs. All that's going to start happening around the second week of March. I'm going to try and get all this stuff in sooner, but it looks like around the second week of March. I'm going to be stretched pretty thin. Hello, Susan Elizabeth. I'm going to be stretched pretty thin with the stuff that I have to do. With all the stuff, there's just so much. And I haven't even looked at the farm stand to see if there's any winter damage there. And the greenhouse, yeah. So I'm going to need to hire some people to do the physical work at the farm. I'm getting a little bit too old to do it. And I will definitely need volunteer work for food, folks. It's an awesome, awesome program. You're going to learn a lot. And then when it comes time to harvest, you're going to take a big box of food home with you every week, in a sense for free, but it's actually, you're getting it because of the work that you put in. I've had super good crews with like-minded people that join this volunteer program, and it's always been really good, really positive, clean, and safe. So if you'd like to get involved in any of that stuff, whether it's do some physical work for us, be in the volunteer program, sign up for the gardening classes, you can get in touch with me. Just text me 631-480-6497. Can't really take calls now. Roaming charges are pretty heavy down here. I can take a call from WhatsApp, which will be the same number. You could find me. It's OT Farm on WhatsApp. So that's what we can do there. So that right now, that is about it. That's about all I got to tell you. Just the spring is right around the corner, folks. So start getting into the mindset of eating healthy this year, growing your own food, helping out at the farm, and all that good stuff. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.